Edition, everyone. Woo! Oh boy. All right. So we are trying to figure out some of the things here, and my camera for some reason is literally 6 inches away from my face, but I feel like I'm 6 feet away. I mean, like this is ridiculous. The camera ratio here is not making sense. Oh boy. Well, we're excited to have everyone here. We know this is going to be a little bit different for everyone who's joined us in the past. You're used to seeing us on LinkedIn or seeing us and hearing us on LinkedIn audio. But today we wanted to do a special live show for you all because it's the holiday season and we wanted to recap the year and thank all of you all. And we want to invite you all up here on stage if you want to join us. I know a lot of you all have joined us in the past on the audio rooms. This time, if you want to join us on stage live, we want to send out the invitation. I'm going to put the link in the chat here so that you all can go ahead and join if you want to at any point while we're here. But while we wait for some people to join, I want to do some introductions because, again, if you're watching, let us know if you're watching live or team replay. And just put in the comments, team live or team replay, and let us know where you are calling or where you're watching from. Let us know what state, what area you're watching from. And, oh, my Zoom is set in reverse, Sebastian said. Well, how do I change that, Sebastian?
What does that mean? It's set on reverse.
I think the word believe behind me might be reversed. Can you see that word behind me?
Oh, it's flipped over. But that doesn't really matter.
So, Sebastian, is it too late to change it? That's the question.
That is the question.
Actually, I guess you can go on your audio mirror. I think it's in your settings. There's a mirror camera option.
Let's see.
So I guess you could turn it this way or that way. You could mirror it.
Whoa. Can you do that again?
Should I? Yeah, go to settings. Oh, you guys can see it live.
Oh, wait. Here we go.
That is crazy.
Wait, no, that's not right. That's not right. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, Felipe.
Thank God it wasn't bad on that side of the mirror. Okay, so change that back.
Oh. Wait, I think you just did it, but
no, but it's flipping. It's looking at your TV.
Yeah, we're looking.
It's actually really nice. Like,
why?
Look at that view.
Why? I didn't do that. Wait, do what? Front camera. All right.
Okay. Did you mirror? Oh, now you go.
Now, can we figure out how to make me not look so? Wait, it's wide. Let me see. Front camera normal. Wow. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Oh, now we figured it out. Okay, here we go.
We're killing it tonight.
Well, for those of you who are watching, we are trying to figure it out as we go, but that's part of the holidays, having some fun here and enjoying the season and just figuring things out together. So anyways, now that we figured that out, let's go ahead and do some introductions so that people watching us know who we are. And ladies first. So let's start off with Ashley. Please introduce yourself to everyone, let everyone know who you are, and then Sumana, and then back to me.
Sounds good. Hello, everybody. My name is Ashley Fluellen. I'm an artist and workshop facilitator and business owner. Through my workshops, I help teams and individuals grow creative confidence and develop leadership and communication skills using arts-focused practices. So we're always creating, we're getting our hands dirty, we're playing, which we talked about this season, in order to grow workplace cultures. So that's me, and I will pass it to Sumana.
Oh, wow, Ashley. So nice to see you. So nice to see Felipe in his red, and I've got my Christmas color rocking as well, and so do you. I think you've got some green going on. We always got a vibe, right? This is great. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Sumana Jetty. I'm also a business owner. I have two businesses, the Jetty Wellness, which is an evidence-based consulting company, and the Workplace Wellness Collective, which is what brings us three people together every other Monday night. And I am so happy to be here because what I like to do is to take strategies that are backed by research and science and simplify that and make them joyful so that you can learn and apply them and simplify the way that we work and we live. And I'm a scientist by profession, so everything that I do is based on research and science. My flow state is when I'm doing research, but I do like to have a lot of fun. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me where Felipe is every other Monday night with Ashley as well. And tonight is our recap show. But before I talk more about that, let's have Felipe introduce himself because he is the glue that keeps us together.
Oh, I don't know about the glue, but we all are there for each other and we are a great team. And Ashley, you just made this team just so much better. And it's just great to have you part of it. And for those of you who haven't met, my silly name is Felipe Cofino. I am a passionate HR professional who is passionate about helping others in their career, both in the workplace and also outside. People I run into on LinkedIn or in person, helping them find that right job with that right company and that right career. Because for me, helping a company create that culture and attract that talent and have that experience be positive from the moment they join to the moment they grow and get promoted to when they retire or quit. That's the goal. So that's a little bit about me and these two amazing women here. I've just had the pleasure to just have fun with, learn from, and just grow together. It's been a great experience to be able to learn. I mean, even now, like we're all sharing what we know about LinkedIn Lives and streaming and audios and restream. So it's fun, but it's the holiday season. So I'm excited to talk about that and some of the, best moments that we've had and maybe a few of the worst moments. Maybe in the future we'll have video clips of the worst moments because I know there were some moments that we had.
It's the pre-live to the pre-live that we need to show people.
We gotta do like pre-live bloopers. That definitely is a thing. So definitely, and I apologize. I'm gonna go ahead and share the chat in our video here so y'all can see others that are chatting and hopefully I guess it'll be all new chats. But it's great to see Sebastian and Elena down there and Davian and Marcello and Narky and all of y'all. So thank you all for joining us. It's so great to see you all here. Some of the best lives that we've had, workplace wellness hours we've had this season have been really due to all of you all that have just brought such great value to it, great questions, great insights that you've shared, or just sharing your experience, and that's some of the best part of it that I've gotten out of it. Because I know I've grown and learned, and it's been things that I used to think one way, and you all helped me change my mind or my perspective on something because of your experience and what you shared. So we want to give back and just remind you of some of the things that we took away and some of the funny moments and maybe some of those ones that weren't as popular because, maybe they just didn't resonate with y'all and maybe you didn't even know it happened. You didn't like, wait, I remember that show. Well, guess what? It wasn't that popular. You probably didn't miss that much, but we did give good information, Sumana, I think. I don't know. What do you think?
Listen, every show we've always done, we show up committed, enthusiastic, with energy, and we always come to learn and have fun. And the shows where we don't get as many participants join, it is still a lot of fun because we still learn from each other. And those small, intimate groups sometimes become more valuable than the larger groups, although we do love the larger groups as well. And we've been very good this season too for staying on time. We have a new co-host as well. So with the three of us, we've really sort of figured out how to make sure that we stay in that 90-minute window that we have for you every other Monday night. But these shows are always good. We always learn a lot. I mean, I've been keeping tabs on all the shows that we've done, but just the ones from season 2, so much energy and so much learning. And since Ashley's joined us, oh my goodness. Yeah, look at that. All of the Workplace Wellness Collective shows.
Everyone from the very beginning, every single month, every single week, all there. The notes, and honestly, Sumana, you're right. It's been such an amazing experience, and there's so many that have been so good. I will say, I look forward to the day to do replays of lives of audios because this one here, people can replay and watch it whenever they want. But the other ones, I don't know. And just a quick reminder. Oh, I didn't put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. The link for the let's see if I can do it here. The link for the to join us here on live. I'm gonna put it in the comments. And actually, I'm gonna do it right now.
Do you want? Okay. And if anybody wants to join us and join the party, you absolutely can. I mean, we don't bite, right? We're pretty chill.
We're nice.
We're so nice.
So Sumana, talk about our least attended ones. There's two. One earlier this year that wasn't part of season 2 per se, and then the other one that was part of season 2.
Yeah. So okay, I'll talk about the one that was not the most favorite. Although I really enjoyed it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is like my heaven space. But it goes to show that not everybody likes it. It was HR analytics.
I find it fascinating because it tells a story. It's not but nobody else found it fascinating apparently because Sumana and I were in there for with 5 people, and that was it. It was very, very basic.
It was probably the least attended, and I think people just did not like the title. They just did not like the word analytics in it. They thought it was going to be too dry and boring. So that was not very good. And then the one from season 2, so season 2 started after we took our summer break in July, August, and we started in September. And the second show of season 2, which was on circadian rhythm and unlocking productivity, just the sleep cycle component. I think maybe a lot of you have heard that before. You know about sleep cycle. It's not a very new topic, so that didn't resonate as much. However, after that one, we had Ashley come in. Ashley, why don't you talk about the very first show that you joined, and also what made you join the Workplace Wellness Collective Workplace Wellness Hour?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I joined with the lazy girls jobs versus boundary filled jobs. What made me join? My amazing mentor put me in contact with the amazing Sumana, and Sumana told me about this space. And I think it was either you or Meredith, but I have so clearly in my head, one of you said, you need to speak, you need to start speaking. And I think it was you. And immediately following that, it was like you had the idea and then came with the perfect opportunity right after. And so coming into season 2, Sumana and I had a very quick meeting. She just told me we riff. It's really fun. It's really easy. Come on as a training for our next episode, which I think was the lazy girl jobs. And then we'll roll you out as a co-host on the next one. And I just loved that conversation. I think that the fact that you got the lazy girl job title from TikTok was really funny and really relatable. I also know a lot of people who are in the lazy girl job space and who love working within the lazy girl job. So it was fun being able to offer my like Gen Z perspective and to hear both of your perspectives. And I just loved, that was like, I think that might've been my favorite episode from this season. It was a lot of fun.
That was definitely a lot of fun. I won't lie. I was nervous about posting that being a guy. I'm like, not or something else, but like, I feel like I get some serious laugh back from it. But it was actually one of my favorites of season 2. I don't agree, and I love that you just brought in this fresh perspective, and it was just nice to hear it, and not just because of the generation, but just because it's yours and it's different, and I love that. And thank you to Melissa Houston who joined us and is liking the hat look. Apparently, she's already taking pictures and sending texts. So thank you. But I did put in the link in there, so it's in there finally. Apparently, I had to put it in the comments section because have you had this issue lately when you're on a live and you try to type, it like makes you like stop typing and go back to your keyboard and you have to go back and click in the comment section?
Oh, weird.
I don't know. It's just on my phone. It's not on the desktop. It's just on the phone. But so so I guess some of the other ones that I was looking at was one that what was it? I'm not okay. Yeah, the circadian rhythm. That's the one that I think I was surprised at how few people attended because that to me was so important. I think, and you mentioned earlier, people asked for that one. People like, hey, we want you to talk about this one, and it just may have been a bad night. I can't. When was that? We did that on.
That was the second show. So I'm not sure there was a holiday.
Yeah, so it's like September. So I think we're coming back from Labor Day here in the U.S. and it was only a second show of the season, so I think people were not used to us being back yet. So
yeah.
But and that's something that maybe we should do a poll one day and see who would like to what topics you'd like us to recover again.
Oh yeah.
That might be one.
Yeah.
Especially now with Ashley with us to give us that fresh perspective. But what are some topics you all would like to see us cover in 2024? We'd love to hear what topics you all think. And really, I mean, anything to do with wellness and workplace and just people in general. And just, let us know. We'd love to cover it, especially if it's something that's relevant and it's out there and it's, people are having issues with it. We want to be able to help talk about it, get some solutions out there, learn more about it. So
topic name that Marcia is here. I love it. The one topic name that Simone DM'd me a few days or weeks ago, I can't remember, was toxic productivity.
Ooh,
I like that one.
I love it.
Yeah. So I really want to talk about that. She asked like, hey, have you guys covered this in the show? And I said, no, but I have come across that term a lot. But toxic productivity would be a great one to cover for next season in 2024. But I also want to kind of talk a lot, maybe, of course, it all depends on the audience, but I would love to talk about trust and sense of belonging and some of the and Ashley, you might be able to speak to this a little bit more, but how do we bring in some of those DEI initiatives into the workplace? Because I keep hearing that we're doing an initiative. There's an initiative called the DEI initiative, and it's happening, but nobody really knows what it is,
Yeah.
and nobody really knows how to implement it. And the workers are like, I didn't know there was a DEI initiative. What does that mean? So I do want to, I don't know what the topic would be. Maybe you want to fill in the blanks here, but it would be really nice to tap into that or challenge workplaces to be like, what does this mean for you in 2024 as we think about people's mental health and well-being? Because that's still in Canada, our stats say that the pre-pandemic anxiety, depression, and anxiety, depression, there was another one, the rates of that are exactly the same as they were about a year ago. So nothing's really changed. We've just sort of flatlined
Toad,
with our
yeah.
stress, anxiety, and depression. We haven't like gone down. So people's mental health is kind of like here, and it's not great. We want it to be better. How do we get it higher up? So anyways, I'll pass it to Ashley if you want to kind of talk about, well, we have a guest as well on the show.
Oh, hey, Sebastian's here. Oh, besides Sebastian, we have Copper here, but let's get Sebastian on here. Oh, wait. Where's my... Oh, good Lord. I have my iPad. There you go. There's Sebastian.
Oh, it's been a minute since I've seen Sebastian. It's been like a year.
It's been many years, actually, and I'm really happy to say I can catch this show live without having to pretend not to sleep. Because normally your show is in Zurich time, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning.
Whoa.
But right now, I'm in Florida time, which means it is about the same time as it is there. It's 8:15
Wow.
here.
What are
So
you doing in Florida? I
Florida
you're not in
time or you're in
Switzerland?
Florida?
I'm in Florida, therefore I'm in Florida time.
You're in the U.S. What the hell? You're
Nice.
I just talked to you on the phone last week. How do I find out?
Oh,
live?
says the guy who told me after 2 months.
Oh, that's a good point. All right, touche.
Touche. No, but I came on to share one thing because Sumana is going to be really proud of me for this. I'm in Florida at this moment because I'm on a 1 month break.
Ooh, sabbatical, baby.
No, not just that. I just took my leave. Last Christmas, this time, I've worked through a 2-week leave that I took because I wanted my campaigns to go really well for my work. I was new in the company. I have to prove myself. I was one of the higher paid staff. I was a risk that they took on. So I wanted to prove myself. And I worked through 2 weeks of leave painfully. And I remember when Sumana called me out in a public clubhouse call saying that, you're burnout, right? And I'm like, no, we don't have such a thing. I'm just Asian. We don't have such concept. And I was truly burnt out because I think that very Christmas, it was like 4 Christmases ago, that very Christmas, I was caught in bed 4 days, catatonic, not moving. My friends said, come and get me out. So burnout, toxic workplace. And I couldn't even see I was burnt out. Sumana called me out the moment she met me. She's very nice. And she was very kind in calling me out. She accepted when I was in denial in the beginning. And she slowly let me come to terms with it. And Felipe was just there as well, always helping. And now, 4 years down the road, I am happy to say I have no problems taking 1 month off break and just walking away and saying, hey, I need to take some time for myself. And this is the way that I can be better charged for next year. Anything can wait. I can come back again and finish the job. I mean, this takes planning. I plan my leave and I plan my work. I arrange my campaigns in such a way that they will complete by November, so I can leave in December without worrying. So knowing that you're burnout is one thing. Having people to call you out on it is one more thing. And then having the tools, which I've learned from Sumana, despite attending her live shows at 2 a.m. in the morning, and she calling me out in my live shows, like, what are you doing still up? Go to bed. It makes a big difference. This is all I want. This is what I want to share. So I want to thank you all for having these shows because
No, go ahead. Sorry.
it reminds me that, without rest, you can't go further. Even though you feel really good in the moment, like, hey, I achieved this, I've stayed up all night and I run an all-nighter and all weekender. But having this, I'm just here for a week now. And even just I'm not looking at work, I'm just thinking and planning for next year. And just the recharge feeling that you have the energy to go through stuff, and not going through stuff like, oh my God, I have to do this. Oh my God, I have to do that. It's like,
Mm.
hey, I get to do this. That
Oh,
is really amazing. So this is why I want to come on here and share. Thanks, Sumana. Thanks, Felipe. Nice to meet you, Ashley.
nice to meet you too.
Sebastian, that's so awesome to share that, and thank you for sharing that. You know, Sumana is definitely amazing, and the call out, as much as it's awesome that you did that, it takes courage also on your part to listen to that call out, because a lot of
I
people
was in denial for the longest time. I was in denial for months after that.
but eventually you got to that point. So look, we all have our journeys at different speeds. So how we get there, it's up to us. But I love that you shared that. Simona, what do you think about that?
I mean, I listen. I met Sebastian. We go way back. I haven't seen him in a while, but we go way back when Clubhouse first started, social media, the social audio thing started, and from that journey on, when we were doing Clubhouse audio shows on Burnout, we had a show that was called Burnout something or the other. It was me and Rebecca O'Brien, and Rebecca Goldman. And Sebastian used to come on those shows, and yeah, he's in Switzerland, so it would be always really late for him. But for me to hear this 3 years later, and this is honestly, it's really heartwarming, but also nice to see that you've changed your ways, because like Felipe said, it isn't just about someone calling you out and saying, hey, guess what we're noticing now is that the individual still has the accountability towards themselves. So does the workplace, so do the systems. So it's like a multifaceted approach towards wellness. And we do tend to put a lot of the accountability on the individual and say, no, Sebastian, you have to do the work. It is true, you do have to do the work. However, support from the workplace and support from our systemic changes that we need to make are just as important. But I mean, I'm so proud of you.
One question. You talk about having systemic workplace and having the initiative. Which do you think come first? Because it's easy for the individual to say, hey, the workplace should take care of me. It's easy for the workplace to say, hey, you as an individual should reach out to me. And it's this game that you play like hide and seek, like who should start first, if, in your expert opinions?
We do. I do. We do. Me, the human being. That's our life is being affected every single day that we're not making a change towards wellness. Our body is changing. Our health is changing. Our chronic diseases are on the rise. We don't know what's happening internally in our body. So I always tell people, like, really pay attention to your own health and wellness first. You are in charge of yourself first. Yes, the workplace is going to do this. The systemic changes are going to take a really long time, but you have to take the first step, because if you end up getting diabetes or hypertension or chronic anxiety or depression and any one of those things, guess who's suffering? You are.
Yeah.
Right? So I think what you have done, Sebastian, and I'm sure the people who are listening can validate this as well, is that your move that you have made by not just systemically changing and accepting that, yes, I was burnt out, I was in bed for 4 days, I couldn't move, but now you're doing exactly what I want people to start to do, is to think about how do we create sustainability. I want to start to get all my campaigns done in November so that I have sustainability for when I come back in January. I have that steam to keep working hard. So you're already thinking about that sustainable wellness piece, which I don't think a lot of people get that component yet, which is what we want to try to do with Felipe and then Ashley. We bring these shows and concepts up about flow and productivity, about the sleep and how important sleep is. Oh my goodness. I know you never slept. I know that because you used to come to our shows at 2 in the morning.
Hang on. So I have this idea that if you don't sleep, if you don't sleep and you work through while people are sleeping, you're twice as productive. Because the next hang on.
Look at
Look at Ashley's face.
Wait.
Ashley was like, where are you going with
I'm
this
really curious
right now?
where you-
She's gonna jump me right now. But let me just say this. So I have avoided sleep for the longest time. I would go for up to a week without sleeping so I can catch up with work. Felipe's eyes are like getting bigger and bigger as I speak. This is how I sustained my lifestyle. And then I had high blood pressure. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, like really bad. On a day, because I stopped exercising, I stopped going to the gym. I just want to be amazing at what I do. And I'm always 2 steps ahead. And I'm ahead of all the agencies that's working for us. I'm on top. I'm good. I'm great. But then I have high blood pressure. I can't go into work without my high blood meds.
Mhm.
And I did some more research. I listened to Andrew Huberman, God bless his soul, for his podcast on sleep. He's got a couple of episodes on sleep, which is really amazing. And one of the things that really stopped me from doing that is, do you know your brain eats itself when you don't sleep enough? So in this fact that you believe you're getting smarter, you're actually not, because you're actually getting dumber, and your brain is cannibalizing itself, and you have to work twice as hard to do the same amount of work. And that hits me. I'm like, so this feeling of greatness and success is fake, because you make yourself work harder. So you have this fake achievement feeling because your brain is at half capacity all the time. Wait, what? Huh? What? Why? Just go to bed, wake up in the morning, wake up a little earlier, and do the work better, and learn to let go.
Yeah, those sleep crashes are not good. But I do want to hear from Felipe and Ashley their thoughts on what you just said. But those sleep crashes are very, very bad for your health.
Yeah, I've done them since college, so I'm glad that you stopped. But Ashley, I'll let you go first.
So many things to say. I'm really glad you're sleeping these days. That's the main one. And then I wrote some notes down. I just think that the shift that you gave was really powerful in I have to do this to I get to do this. And it's powerful because I think a lot of people view work as a have to. Because in some degree it is a have to. You know, we have to work, that way we can make money, that way we can survive. But making that shift, it just makes work that much more rewarding. Like, I get to be a part of this amazing thing. I get to be a part of this work. I get to be a part of moving something forward. And that is amazing. It is a get to. So I really love that. And then Sumana brought up like the accountability piece and how being able to take this break is the responsibility of the individual, but you need those systems to support the individual. And I think that, at least in my generation, we just hate the responsibility piece. It's like, well, it's your responsibility to give me PTO, and then I'm gonna take the PTO, like whatever. But I really appreciate how, in order for you to get to this point, it did take planning. Like, you had to plan, you had to make sure that your work was done, which is realistic. You can't just take a month off unless you have the infrastructure in place to be able to support that. So I'm glad that you brought that up. It does take planning, and the planning is okay. And you get a month off, and it's all good.
And you're in Florida? Like, come on.
Come on.
Planning a trip up to Canada, depending on the weather.
Yes. Yeah, don't come now. Don't come for the next like 3 months.
What? I like it cold.
Oh,
You
then
know,
you're gonna love it.
my partner took me away from beautiful snowy Switzerland. I'm still whining about it. But the only deal I get to is we're going to Disney World for the entire of tomorrow. I have no idea how much it costs until he told me. I was like, wait, entry cost what? That's a week's grocery.
It's ridiculous. But I will say it's an amazing experience, and they're building the new Marvel resort part. So there's a whole new one. I want to go to the Marvel one. You all know I'm a Marvel fan. But Sebastian, a few things real quick. One, how long are you in Florida for?
Whole month.
A whole month. Okay. When did you get there?
Oh God, this is gonna come last Monday.
Okay. No. Okay. Well, besides the phone call, that's a different issue. Oh no, I was just there a month ago, so I want to make sure we weren't there at the same time, because then I would have been pissed. Are you making any plans to go up to DC before you go back to Switzerland?
Yes.
Oh, breaking news.
Breaking news! Sebastian and Felipe being in DC together.
That would be epic. That would be absolutely epic. So I hope I get to see y'all, and so let me know. We'll talk separately on that about that. But back to your thing. First of all, kudos for just, again, recognizing what you need to do. But I know a lot of other people are probably in the same boat as you. They're probably been going through the same thing. They think it's what they need to do. It's the hustle, mentality. And yeah, it's, to me, I've always said, know how to hustle when you need to, but don't hustle all the time. There's times when we need to kick in the gear and we need to get things done and we need to move a little bit faster. And there are times like, hey, you know what? That can wait till next week. Take your time, And I think you have to be able to pick those things, because if everything's a hustle, you're going to bring yourself out, your team out, everyone. And it's a lose-lose.
And if everything's a hustle, nothing's a hustle.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. And so I got to say, Copper here wants to say hello to Genicel, who's on here, because Genicel has Copper's mother and sister. And so so great to see her here. And hello to Elena, who said congratulations to Sebastian. And hello to Jay. Great to see you there. And I think that was, and Miriam. Thank you, Miriam, for saying Copper's cute. We appreciate that.
I also just wanted to give a really, really quick shout out. I just got the sweetest message. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but I might not. I think it's Emma Paseka. She just sent me a really nice message on LinkedIn. So thank you so much for joining us and for the amazing message.
Oh, that's so nice. So Sebastian, I want you to give us a suggestion for a topic for 2024. What do you think?
Yes. Before we let you go.
Yeah, you know.
So
go until you give us a topic.
We talk about sleep. You guys talked about all the different things that you guys talked about, leaving work. Okay, how do we? Just looking at the stuff you guys have talked about very quickly. So I talked about how I plan my work and everything, and I talk about how I get to do something. So what about talking about the mindset of changing your perspective to help you identify your issues and the solutions that you can have to overcome the problems that you have. So it's about your perspective change. How do you get that? I had Sumana. I was lucky to have Sumana. But what if you don't have someone like Sumana in your life? What if you don't have like Felipe in your life or Fiona? Ashley. And what if you don't have people like this? How do you see it? And how do you have resources? So how do you change? How do you find your perspective, change it, and how do you get it?
You know what? I'd really like that that suggestion, because one theme that I'm seeing a lot in literature in the workplace wellness domain is the power of community. You know, there's a lot of people like, and so for you, Sebastian, you know, I was part of your little community of people that you needed at the time that you needed the support. We just happened to organically meet. But there's power in identifying the right type of social support that we need and the community support that we can have. So, you know, that shift in mindset could be as simple as someone guiding you through having a mentor. Ashley has a mentor. I think that is nice to have a space where you can have that conversation every week, whether you're going to vent or you just need someone to tell you as it is to your face. It could be a best friend, but sometimes best friend can put a sugar coat on some things. But mentors and social supports in different areas to cohesively have a community of people that we can rely on, because different people have different things that they bring to the table. You can go to your mom and dad for everything. You can't go to your siblings for everything. You know, I know what I need to go to for Felipe because he has tons of knowledge in certain spaces. I know that Ashley brings a lot to the table in the workshops that she does with the creative mindset. So I like this idea. I think, I mean, if I were to give you like a solution, I would say the solution would be having specific community members and the social support that we need, because there is literature on that. But I'd like to hear from my colleagues here.
Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay. Yeah, I think building a community around you is super important. I didn't have an answer, so I'm just going to kind of piggyback off of Sumana's answer. And yes, having certain people who you know to go to them for a certain thing. I think that that's huge. Having some people who will give you the truth without sugarcoating it, that's also huge and will just kind of read you. And specifically in a workspace, trust. And I think Sumana brought this up earlier. There needs to be like such an underlayer of trust. That way, if there is room for adjusting or, you know, things that need to be changed, you know that the person who's bringing it to you is somebody that you can trust and is doing it for your, you know, for the best interest at heart, not just because they hate you or they want to achieve a goal, whatever the case is, but because they really, really want to see you grow. So yeah, Felipe, you.
Before Felipe jumps in, can I just share this one thing? So recently on TikTok, the trend is this video about men's health and men's mental health and how they do the survey and ask men in one of the short videos that they show, like, who do you turn to when you have issues? And the common answer that comes back was like,
Their
I'm a
partner.
man. I'm a man. I'm a man. I don't turn to anybody for my issues. I'm supposed to handle them myself. That's the
Terrible.
expected answer for many men. And this is why men's suicide rate is sometimes higher in certain cases than women, because women, if there's an issue, I'm going back to my mom, I'm going back to my dad, I'm going back to my girlfriends. They're going to stand by me. Men, I'm not going to tell my volleyball group guys that something's happening to me. I'm not going to tell my water polo guys. I'm not going to tell my drinking friends something's going to happen to me. I don't. So that's one issue about, men's and pride, ego. I can say this, I'm a guy. Pride, ego that comes in. So if that's the case, we don't have that community. And the one thing about being burnout is that I want to suffer in silence so that I don't want people to know, because I'm ashamed. It's a shameful thing to have. You should be ashamed if you cannot handle your shit. You cannot put your shit together. So how do we, it's a rabbit hole. Maybe this is something to teach people how to identify the rabbit hole and not to fall further into it and stuff like this. Felipe, what do you think? You're a guy.
No, I definitely agree. Thank you for acknowledging that. No, I definitely agree. No, and it's one of those things where
we had to. I'm trying to keep a straight face, and then I see you laughing, Ashley, and I'm like, "This is over."
That's hilarious.
So, no, but seriously, I think men in general definitely have a hard time, no question about it. And and it's funny because you stare, and even when you get down to the races, it gets even worse. Men under certain races are even worse about it. And there was one gentleman who I'll never forget. It was about 3 years ago. He was going around. Actually, it was 4 years ago. He was going around, and a doctor was talking about the importance of your prostate cancer, getting your PSA exam done as men, and just getting things checked early, right? But there was this guy playing jazz, when at the reception where the doctor was talking, and all of a sudden the jazz player gets up, and he was a speaker. We didn't know that. And he gets up there and he talks about how he went, and by pure luck, because he had a PSA exam, and they asked him, optional, do you want to take it or not? It's optional, it's free. And he's like, all right, what the hell? And because of that, he ended up finding out he had cancer. His life got saved. Long story short, he's okay now. And he's going around with this doctor because the doctor's sharing the medical reasons why they need to do it, the health reasons why you need to do it. He's sharing why you need to stop being so prideful and get off your ego and go check things out that you should get checked out. And don't worry that you're a guy. It doesn't matter. You need to do it because it's to your health, and you're going to regret it if you don't. And having those two perspectives go around like a traveling show almost about the importance of men getting their health checked out early, it's just so valuable, because you're right. A lot of men don't do it. They don't have the community like the women do, where they talk openly about their issues. So I think that's an important topic, and I think that we definitely should add that whole mindset and perspective change, but also especially identifying the issues and offering solutions. That's one thing I've heard from a lot of people over the past season, is that they like that we don't just identify the problem, but we actually identify solutions that have worked for certain people. They might not be the solution for everyone, but at least we're offering something. And to the point about earlier about having someone to talk to, Sebastian, the way you're talking, it made me think about the conversation I was having with Melissa Houston. Accountability coaches, calling up that friend that is going to be honest with you, tell you, okay, so Sebastian's making a face. Let me explain what I think about accountability coach. Accountability coach is someone that is not going to tell you what to do. They're going to help you do what you want to do, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's about saying you said you want to do this by this Friday. All right, I'm going to hold you accountable each time we talk about getting that done. And I think those kind of people in your life, where if I call Sebastian and said, hey, I'm not gonna be able to do this week. I'm just too tired. Get some rest. Take it. It's okay. And I talked to my friend Lisa, and Lisa's like, bullshit. You know what? No, you've had time to rest this week. You told me you've had some time to rest. You said you want to get done. Get it done. Make time today. What hour today are you gonna do it? 7 to 8. Okay, great. Call me at 8 after you're done, and let me know you finished.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those people in my life, sometimes I need to hear that. Yeah. I need to hear like, okay, you're right. I need to do it.
I'm the same way. I don't know. Actually, you're the same way. I need to have because I think it's because I like to do a lot of things all at the same time, and sometimes I'll start one task and then I'll go off to do another task, and then
Johnny
another task,
Penny.
and another task, and then there's a squirrel right over there. Like, let me go make a TikTok. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my life. I literally tell Michael all the time, like, if there was a video camera in this home, you would think there's a crazy person that lives here. However, by the end of the day, I do get everything done. But hey, what's up? Did you do this? Most of the times the answer is yes.
Yeah. And I think that that's also something that needs to be more accepted, is just different people's work styles. 'Cause I'm the same way. And when I started my business, I kept kicking myself because I couldn't sit down for 8 hours to work, which is unrealistic anyway. That's an unrealistic expectation. But now I understand that, my work style is like I can focus strong for 3 hours, and then I have to like do some distraction work. I have to go and paint for a minute. I have to sit quietly and look outside of the window for a minute, and then bam, I have an answer so I can go back to work. Like, we all work very, very differently.
That would be a good topic. Diverse work styles.
Yeah.
But the 3-hour stints, I like that. I do like 3-hour stints, pop things out, and then I need that break. You're right. I need to do something different, use a different part of my brain, and then I'm kind of recharged to go back and tackle the rest. And then, can I do 6 hours straight, 8 hours straight? I could, but I don't think I'm being as good. I'm not using my mind to its fullest. I'm using a tired mind that's been worn out after 4 hours. Yeah. And if I take that half-hour break, you're getting a much better version of me after that half-hour break.
I was thinking, since we're a little bit 10 minutes over, I was just thinking maybe just reminding people that we in season 2 launched the fact sheets that Felipe has been so great at putting those together. So if you happen to miss the LinkedIn audio on Monday nights, we definitely do a fact sheet that gets sent out on the Workplace Wellness Collective page, but also on the show notes, and in the bottom of the show where Felipe puts the show, he will put a comment with the fact sheet.
Event comments.
The event comment. Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant to say. I'm thinking podcast language. But yeah, the event comment, there is the fact sheet. But I think there's been a fact sheet for almost every show. But if you happen to miss those, they're also available on the workplacewellnesscollective.com webpage. And you can just go there, click resources, and there's a fact sheet option. Just punch in your email, and then all of those sort of pop up over there as well. So they're all there for season 2 if you happen to miss those. And I think at this point, maybe we can just start to do a bit of closing. Maybe if Sebastian wants to go back into the audience. I don't know how we feel about that.
Wait, hold on. You're acting.
Oh, no, we're not there yet. No, we're keeping you here.
Because you know Melissa Houston's in the audience, and you made a face when I said accountability coach. So the mic is yours. Go.
Who made a face?
I did. He's calling me out on it. Oh my God.
I'm stirring the pot.
Yeah, okay, let me just say this before I pop off. Accountability. If you're smart, you try to avoid accountability coach, because when you put it out there, you have to get it done. If you don't have to get it done. You see, so people tend not to put it out there, and this is why, for people like me who is not that dumb yet, who's not quite that dumb in that way, you try to avoid doing it, thinking that, I can do this, I can handle this, I can handle social media accounts for like a big company, I can handle my accountability. It's not an issue, but we know you can. We didn't think you cannot, but it's the fact is the fact that you're trying to avoid it. So if you want to avoid avoiding something, and get an accountability coach. It doesn't have to be a coach. It can be a real person like Sumana or Felipe, and you do a barter of accountability holding. That works as well, because every time we think of the word coach, we think like, oh my God, I got to pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or that it's gonna take a lot of work. It's one of these two things.
Coach, accountability mentor, accountability friend,
friend,
accountability colleague, accountability partner.
Exactly. So a big shout out before I leave is that if you don't have that in your life, if you don't have that, then follow channels like Sumana's, Felipe's, Ashley on all the social media channels you can find. And the more you see their stuff, the more you're going to come over stuff. I'm in social media marketing, so I know. The more you're going to find stuff that is relevant to the topic, and you'll find hopefully someone, somewhere, something, somehow out there that resonates with you and can help you on your journey. So this is me signing off. So I want to thank Sumana, Felipe, and Ashley. Nice to meet you again.
Thank you.
And follow the channel, follow what they're doing. I will not be here again until the next time at 2 a.m. in the morning, but I'm glad you guys exist. Thank you.
Bye. Have fun in Florida.
All right, thanks.
Call me.
I will. Yes. Bye.
So
Wow.
that was awesome. I'm so glad he joined us, and that was so great to have for him to share his story with us. That was amazing. I think it's lucky to have people like him in our community. And wait, okay. Well, I just realized something, Sumana. So you and Sebastian knew each other very well in Clubhouse. Sebastian and I did a room together in Clubhouse for over a year.
Oh,
How did
when
we-
Clubhouse first came?
I think Sebastian was keeping you to himself, and he didn't want to introduce you to me, and that's why we didn't meet in Clubhouse. Because how did our paths not cross until after Clubhouse?
I don't know. I never saw you on Clubhouse. I used to go to a lot of the same circles that Sebastian used to go to, but he
Yeah, I was
never
in the circles too.
talked about you ever.
I know. We were in a daily show Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. every single day. plus
Never heard about you. Never heard about you.
All right, and we got some stuff to talk about when you call me. All right, well, listen, thank you all so much for joining us. We're going to have Ashley and Sumana give a chance to share their final thoughts and anything they have coming up. But this is going to be the last Workplace Wellness Hour for 2023. And then we'll be back with the audio rooms in 2024. We'll put that out. The first was the 4th or the 11th.
I think we would do the 11th.
11th, yeah, because
Yeah.
the 4th I'm still recovering from the holiday.
January 11th.
And I do want to share a little holiday tip that's very cost effective for people in case they ever want to do something for their families, if they're for their loved ones, if they're starting out and they want a little fun tradition. I just want to share something at the end of this. But Ashley, final thoughts on what we talked about today and anything you have coming up you want to share?
I just really love this space. I love this space. Every time I hop on, I feel like I learned something new, and I'm really excited just for the few topics that we already started cooking up today. I'm excited to see how those are going to look next season. And in terms of plugging anything, just like I hope everybody gets a really restful end of the year. That way we can start next year really strong. And Sumana, I will pop it over to you.
Yeah, I honestly have had the best season 2. Having a new voice has been great for my own learning as well. And I think the three of us now have a really nice collaboration going, and I'm really looking forward to more of Ashley. I think that is something that I'm really looking forward to for 2024. More of Ashley live on LinkedIn. And yeah, I think recovery is important. We really need to pay attention to how we recover. And guess what? I'll tell you one more thing before I pass it on to Felipe. I know it's the time of the year when we all have a lot of Christmas parties and office Christmas parties coming up, family gatherings and things like that, especially the office Christmas parties. It's okay to say no to a few of them, okay? You don't have to go to all of them. It's okay. You can say no to a few. Or if you do go, I think it's okay to just say, I'm going to pop in for an hour and have a, sparkling water, and that's okay too. You don't always have to go and consume alcohol and feel like you have to do that to be part of the culture of celebration. You can still celebrate without it and give yourself that rest and recovery that you need, because I know for me, even a little bit during the week can kind of throw me off my game. Then I don't go to the gym, and then all those things kind of fall off. So my suggestion would be to say no to things that you think you need to say yes to. How about that? Over to you, Felipe.
No, I think that's awesome. I think that's a great thing. And I got to read this comment real quick. Damien, who for some reason comes up as LinkedIn user. I don't know why.
Same. Yeah.
But Damien, I love that he shared it. Ashley was a great addition to the already great show. Thank you, Damien.
Thank you.
Oh wait, Sebastian says, don't blame me. Felipe was too busy on Clubhouse. And Jay asked, what's your favorite holiday movie? Okay, so I will share. Okay, I'll share that. Favorite holiday movie, and I want each of you to share your favorite holiday movie if you have one. But I have a favorite holiday movie called Holiday Inn. It's with Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. And it's my favorite for two reasons. One, it's funny, it's got drama, it's got comedy, it's great. But it's also a tradition that one of my best friends, Kristen, she when she gave up her daughter for adoption when she was 18 years old. She was actually so pregnant, and we decided to watch a show. She wanted to watch something different, get her mind off of it, and we'd never watched Holiday Inn. And so at the end of that, we laughed so hard and we enjoyed it that we said, we should, I wish we could watch it every year. And I said, let's make it a tradition. So for the last 30 almost years, we've been watching it every year together during the holidays. So we watch between Thanksgiving and it's not much between Thanksgiving and New Year's. It counts because it's a holiday movie about every holiday, not just Christmas. But that's my favorite. What about your all's favorite? What's your favorite holiday movie?
I'm basic. I love Home Alone. I love Home Alone.
I love that. That's a classic now.
It's a classic. When he says polka, 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 I just like die a million deaths. It's so funny.
Sumana?
I put mine in the comment. I do like Elf.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
Yes.
I'm not a Will Ferrell fan, but I love him in Elf.
He makes me laugh. I think it's just a magical, like just a really cute. And I also like While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock. That's just like my all-time, like, oh, it's so romantic. Oh, it's so cute. And it's just very Christmassy and it's just cute.
I have an audience here. My mother's saying, White Christmas, say White Christmas. So
White Christmas.
So here's my mother.
I was going to say, your mom needs to come on LinkedIn Live. Hello.
There's my mom's first appearance on LinkedIn Live. And so what I wanted to show you, so obviously I decorate for the holidays. I'm a Christmas nut, I know. But one thing that I did was when we got married, we had very little money at the time, and we didn't have a lot of ornaments for the tree. And so one of the things that we did was at the end, when you buy a tree, usually you cut the end of the tree before you put it in the sand so that you can drink the water, right? Well, I decided that I wanted to turn them into ornaments. So when my daughter was born, I had a ornament with Miranda's first Christmas, 1999, my son's first Christmas, 2002. And then every year since then, I have different ornaments, different places. And so it's a neat thing to do. It's a neat tradition. I just wanted to share that because it's something that sometimes we don't have the money to get new ornaments. That's a great way to get something creative with your family, and it's great memories. And each ornament tells a story about that year. So, so I just wanted to share that. I think it's fun to share little tips like that. And hopefully there's somebody out there that maybe just started their family and they start that tradition. And I think that'd be awesome. So,
wow.
With that,
I feel like I need to be invited to your home because it's so Christmassy. The three of us need to pop over there and celebrate.
It's so cozy.
I've always been just a Christmas night. I mean, my family's always loved Christmas, but for me, I don't know. My wife is very, very careful about, can we go tasteful, not tacky? I'm like, okay, I'll try. So my father-in-law buys these large animated moving things. They've actually slowly died off now. So we don't have any moving dolls anymore. It's just nice decor and we're trying to go, and the kids are all grown up now. So we have time.
Oh, that's amazing.
But all right. So thank you all for staying almost an entire hour with us. We appreciate you all. Like, we want you all, like Ashley said, have a safe holiday, and like Swan said, take care of your health and mental health, physical health, everything. And it's okay to say no if you don't have time. Don't stretch yourself too thin. But if you want to do it, make time as much that works for you. If it's only for an hour instead of 3 hours, then do that. But I can't wait to see you all back here in January. And Sumana and Ashley, I know we'll chat, before the end of the year. But I definitely, I'm just grateful for the two of you and just making these Mondays just so much enjoyable for me, and I get to learn and get so much support from it. So thank you all for just being yourselves and just sharing your knowledge with all of us.
Feliz Navidad.
And my mother says Feliz Navidad.
Oh, Feliz Navidad. Oh, thank you so much. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays, Ashley, Felipe. Have a great day. Have a great night. And we will see you back in 2024, January 11th, with a new show. We're back on audio again, and we will do a bit of a recap kind of mid-season again, just to kind of switch things up. And we keep going until the summer, and we do take a break in sort of July, but from January to July, you'll see us almost every other Monday. So get ready. It's going to be fun, and I look forward to seeing you in 2024.
All right. Have a great holiday, everyone. Adios.
Bye.
Feliz Navidad.